Hey guys, it's Amelia from K.A.C. And today I'm going to be telling you the story of how I got harassed by my Tinder date. Let me just start off. Tinder is an app where you can find people if you want to go on a date. Kinda is like a hookup app, but not really. I mean, there are some decent people. Anyway, I'm not active on Tinder a lot. So literally sometimes I'll just randomly I'll be swiping on people and that's it. I don't really message them whatsoever. So about 2 weeks ago, it was about Thursday night, I'm like, you know what? Let me just swipe someone. And I swiped on someone. He was pretty cute and we matched and he started messaging me right away. And he's like, hi, my name's this. And I was like that. And like, it was like very small conversation. Like we only started talking for maybe about 1 or 2 minutes and he's like, hey, can I get your Instagram? And me being the idiot that I was, I'm like, oh yeah. So I gave him my personal Instagram. It's public, but it's like my personal Instagram where you can see pictures of me and stuff like that. So I gave it to him and this should have been a freaking red flag. I am not a popular person, but I have 300 and something followers. He, on the other hand, is handsome and cute, but yet he only has 69 people following him. And I'm like, okay. So I go to his profile. He has only 4 pictures. One is a video of him, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then he starts messaging me on Instagram and he's like, hey, what did you think of my singing? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like really cool and stuff like that. So basically messaging me and it's like, hey, we should hang out. Like basically the gist of it is like, do you want to chill tonight? Okay, my interpretation of chill is completely different from his interpretation of chill. When I think chilling, I just think sitting down, like talking to someone, maybe cracking some jokes, maybe watching a movie. That's my interpretation of chill. But his interpretation of chill was doing the thing. I thought about it, I'm like, maybe he means this, but me being the idiot again, I'm like, he can't mean that. So literally I was like, oh yeah, like what time? He's like, I can come over right now. And I'm like, boy, if you don't. First of all, I live with my family. Second of all, it's like, it was like 9 or 10 at night. I was tired, but me being the stupid one was like, oh yeah, well, you can't come right now. You'd probably have to come at like 12 or 1. He was like, well, why can't I come right now? I was like, because my family's still up. He's like, well, what time do you go to sleep? Or they go to sleep? And I was like, I don't know. It all depends. And he's like, well, what are they doing right now? Which was by this time conversation, it was like already like 11. I was like, my family's still cleaning the kitchen. And that's what my family does. We literally stayed up until like 2 in the morning cleaning a room. So anyway, I was like, yeah, like they're still cleaning. He's like, okay, well, stay awake then and I'll come by. Guys, I kid you not, I fell asleep on him. Yeah. What happened was, after I exited the conversation, I decided to go read a book. And I honestly don't remember exactly how I fell asleep. Like the next thing I know, I'm waking up at 4 in the morning. I wake up and I was like, oh shoot. I look at my phone and there's like a bunch of messages and there's a call. To be clear, I never gave him my number. He tried to call me through Instagram. I just see a bunch of like angry messages.
Where are you? Why aren't you waiting?
He was supposed to come to my house. And at that point, I hadn't given him my address. So he still didn't know where I lived, but he was asking for my address and I'm like, oh, like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Karla, I'm sorry if you're editing. This is really whack. Before I continue, I should have realized there was a lot of hints that he wanted to do the thing. Because I told him, I was like, I just want to like sit and like talk. He's like, oh yeah, we can talk and everything. But if we're vibing good and we start kissing, we should do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm open to the idea of it, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. He's like, why not? And he started like kind of getting like frustrated. This was before I was supposed to meet him. Personally, for one, I'm not gonna do something that I don't want to do. Like I was open to the idea idea. And I should have like told him no, but I had already put in my mind that we weren't gonna do it. He was just kind of getting mad. And I basically told him, dude, I'm not gonna do something that I don't want to do. So going back to when I woke up and I just read all these angry messages, he was like,
you stood me up, like that's fricked up, you shouldn't have done that.
I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do this to you. He was just not having it. He's like,
nah, you stood me up, like that's effed up.
And stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I guess my eyes just closed by myself. And then he's like, eyes just don't close by themselves. Do you think I want my eyes to blink? Do you think I have to tell them blink? No, they blink by themselves, stupid. Oh my god, like, okay. And I actually made a rant after this on Snapchat because I got so frustrated. And it's like, dude, I'm doing some other crap. Like, I'm doing something. Or in your case, if you're annoying, then I just don't want to message you. I don't understand how people are so connected to their phone that they can't leave it for like a minute. I left my phone alone when I went camping for 2 weeks and it was a blessing. Back to the story. We move on to Friday morning, which it's 4 in the morning. I see his messages. I go back to sleep because I don't have to go to school that day. Everybody in my family decides to leave because they all have school. So literally, I'm just like chilling at my house and then we start messaging again. He asked me, he's like, hey, can we chill later? And I was like, oh, I can't because I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. He's like, wow, you're gonna ditch me again? And I'm like, dude, this was planned like a week ago. Like, calm yourself. Literally, it's like I'm really debating. Like my freaking brain is telling me,
don't do this. Don't do this, Amelia. You're gonna get freaked up.
But my body's like,
yes, invite him over, like come on, like.
and I'm like, and I was really like debating whether to invite him over or not. And then I made the final decision. I get my phone and I message him and I'm like, you can come over to my house at 11 or 10. Then I sent him my address. Once I sent that message, ooh, I got this bad feeling in my stomach and my mind was telling me,
you messed up, girl. You should have done that. You shouldn't have done that.
but me being stupid again, he didn't park at my house. He parked like away, but he walked to my house. He came in to use the restroom before. I was sitting on my bed, I was petting my cat, and he comes in. I told him like, oh, I'm sorry, because I have posters. You've seen, I have posters all over my room. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like if they creep you out. And he's like, no, it's cool. And he tries to sit next to me on my bed, but then I get up and sit on this chair right here. He's over there on my bed. I'm sitting here. He grabs me and starts pulling me, and I'm not getting out of the chair. But then finally, he's like, come here. So I'm like, okay. I get up and I sit next to him. This boy has the audacity to put his hand on my leg, and he starts like rubbing it. And he's like, see, isn't that bad? And the thing is that technically I should have said something because I didn't say no, but it didn't make me feel comfortable either. It was just like, this is like weird. His hands were rough. He did not moisturize those hands whatsoever. I'm sitting next to him. He's like rubbing my leg. I turn my head. He's coming in to kiss me, but my body or my reflex system like come in clutch. My brain was going blank. My body just moved back and I turned my head and he said,
why don't you want to kiss me?
I don't want to kiss somebody like that I just met. Because of that, we went for like maybe 15 minutes arguing because he was getting mad that I didn't want to kiss him. It just turned into this whole fiasco. Literally, he kept saying,
oh, why don't you want to kiss me? Oh, you're messing up my self-esteem. You don't think I'm handsome? Like, you freaking lied to me. Like, we both agreed we would do it.
And I'm like, hold on. I didn't agree to anything. I didn't agree to anything. I just said I was open to the idea. But I told him, I'm like, if I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to do it. And he was getting mad. He's like,
no, I drove all the way out here. You wasted my 24 hours. I wasted $25 of gas.
Dude, calm down. He lives like maybe like 20 minutes away from me. And I was getting frustrated. Dude, it's not you, it's me. It's literally not you. You're handsome and everything. Okay, ladies, who is gonna kiss somebody that they just met? I just met him the day before. Literally just spent 5 minutes with him and he already wanted to kiss me. I need to get to know somebody. And then, oh my gosh, and then he said, well, what if I kill myself? I was like, what? He's like,
yeah, what if I kill myself? What if I kill myself because of you? You're not gonna remember me. You're not gonna remember me tomorrow. You're not gonna remember me from like 5 years from now.
Dude. He kept saying, like, you're not gonna feel guilty. And I was like, yes, I am. The guilt is gonna kill me. And he's like,
yeah, but you're gonna be alive.
what does it matter if I'm gonna be alive? If I'm gonna have this guilt. I didn't physically kill you, but I made you make that decision to kill yourself. And I was just like, this guy needs to get out. I'm like, okay, well, dude, how much did you pay for the gas? And then he was super mad. He's like, $25. I had $30 in my wallet. I'm like, here's $30. He got up and he left. At the time, I was fine, but a little bit later on, I'm like, this is not okay. Like, I kind of started crying, and nobody should feel that way. So that's my story, and this is just a PSA, girl. Don't hook up with someone on Tinder that you just met. Don't invite them to their house. Go to a public area and make sure that your friends know where you are. Or like, it doesn't have to be multiple friends, it just needs to be one. Just make sure that people know where you are, so if something does happen, you can tell them to call the authorities right away. This guy was a jerk. He might have been insecure. Maybe I did hurt his feelings, but you know what? He really hurt mine. Okay, I personally do not want to hurt anyone in this, but I guess I hurt him. But I mean, he was being a jerk. And I even talked to my friend, the one I confide in the most. He was saying that he shouldn't have done that. First of all, this was my house. Like, he cannot threaten me in my own house. Guys and girls, when someone says no, they mean no. Seriously. And it's not just with like consent in having, like, doing the thing, but it's consent in taking pictures, taking videos. And if someone doesn't want to be filmed, don't film them. If someone doesn't want to take a picture, don't take a picture of them. Don't make someone uncomfortable. That's the baseline. So give this video a thumbs up, comment below on any of your experiences that are similar to mine or that are different, or just tell me your Tinder horror stories, because this is kind of like my first one. And please, I hope that anybody that went through something like this gets the help that they need, and you're not alone, and you are brave. You are brave. This has been K.A.C. Bye.